All right, so now I'm going back to the nice software, nice computer, and all the other stuff. So we're gonna play a little bit here. Why am I hearing myself now? Normally I don't hear myself, but I guess it has something to do with the whole interview and the other stuff I got running right now. But I'm gonna ignore my own voice. Hopefully it's not echoing and going crazy in here. But I wanted to run a test. We're gonna go through some of the software on ECAMM. I'm gonna practice for a demo coming up next week for some remote stuff that I'm gonna try to do. So this is ECAMM. It's got some graphics. It's got some words in there. I don't know if I spelled things right. I don't care. But just to kind of show how you have different scenes, you have different things that could pop up. So the the dark background when it started, the graphics with the timer and all that stuff, that's all ECAM. This right now is set up to be on the main camera. Hold on. I figured out what it was. And if that audio was crap, I'm sorry. Um, I'm also in Facebook because it's hard to see chat. And I just realized that that's the crazy audio. It's been a long day. So here's the scenario, two-part scenario here. Interview mode, playing with that. You guys seen it a lot of times. Sammy does it. Lala does it. A lot of people do it. I'm playing with it. So let's say this was some type of interview with someone. This would be me on my own camera doing a little introduction, blah, 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 blah. And let's welcome our guest. And obviously, the guest is me. Now, this is no camera on camera type trick or anything. The guest one is actually the MacBook that I just used earlier that was taking a dump. It's built in webcam, it's built in everything. So, this is to kind of illustrate that rather than using the laptop itself to do the 100% stream everything, I'm using interview mode to just bring in the camera and microphone from the MacBook Pro. So picture this as being a different person in a different place, and all they have is their computer with the built-in microphone and stuff. So this is what you're getting. Now, at the same time, let's say you want to do a remote production. So you, me, Victor, was running the entire show. So I'm going to do all the graphics, throw up all the little scenes, switch from your camera to a video that you provide me, and all this other stuff. And this is kind of the whole idea of the demo for my work. We would do this.
So now, why is the audio so loud again? Maybe because I'm hearing myself. I'll see in the replay. This is the microphone from the MacBook, the camera from the MacBook, but I'm running all the software in the background. So no one needs to know that you're just a camera and a microphone. You can run your entire production, blah, 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 blah. Let me play this video for you. Now, the video would actually be me in the remote studio, and all I have to do is boom.
All right, so I'm going to do another test because that last one failed. The audio was garbage. And I think it was Zoom setting. So changing things up, reset a few things. So gonna play with the cameras real quick, and then I'm gonna run the.
And then you're back to you doing your show, even though I'm producing it somewhere else. So this again is the camera and the microphone. no software whatsoever. It is coming into ECAMM through the interview mode. All the graphics and everything other than the camera and microphone would be the broadcast side. So that's the Mac Mini with ECAMM and all the other stuff. Now, if you were just doing the interview, then you could pop
back into here, which is now this audio only, because again, everything's in the same room. And then let's say you ask a question. So, how did you get into this business?
and now you're pushing them, you're full screening them. And they could say whatever they're gonna say. Blah blah blah, blah blah blah.
Very interesting. Now, there's something I want to talk about. Hola, ¿cómo está? Mi nombre es Víctor. Tu nombre es? ¿Quién sabes? Nadie sabes. Está bien. ¿Esto está trabajando o no está trabajando? Uno no sabe. Vamos a ver. And then go back into the interview mode. You know, and that's the thing. You could play around. Now, just to show you some of the things you could do here, because again, some of us know about ECAMM, some of us don't. Some of us are like me. I just play with everything. Let's say I wanted to change the guest name. I'm live right now. I could literally come up here. You know what? Can I do demo mode? Give me 1 second here. I think I got a demo mode. Is that going to work? I think I broke the demo mode button. Doesn't matter. So if I could go back. Okay, so let's say I wanted to change the guest number 1 name. I could literally do that live. So I'd go over here. Boom. Now you're guest number 2. Boom. There you go. Guest number 2. So there's a lot of things you could do live. All this stuff is just graphics and stuff I got from Live Streamers Pros. So if I was to turn some of this graphics off, you'll kind of see it's just stuff layered on top of each other. So I could turn off. Which one do I want to turn off? Give me a second here. Let's say this. So now you just saw that disappeared. And then we could probably go with make that disappear. Now it's just the 2 cameras. So the graphics add some stuff to it. So let's put that back. Where's the other one? I'm half blind here. And even the names, they're separate text. If I want, I can make it disappear. If I want, I can make it come back. If I want, I can make them fly in. So I'm going to come over here and change it, and I'm going to say fly in from the right. And I'm going to save it. Let's go to guest number 2. I'm going to change it to fly in from the left. Then I'm going to save it. So if I transition, because I don't want to turn them on and off. So let's say I transition out. Blah, 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 blah. Hola, ¿cómo está? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. Sun, suit, you know, whatever. And then boom. And they fly in and crisscross and stuff. So it's a lot of stuff you can mess with. Obviously, I know someone's going to turn around and be like, well, you didn't adjust the camera view. Because, I mean, I could zoom. I'm pretty sure there's a way of doing it. I got to learn all this stuff. But I could, like, zoom my head in and out to try to even it out with the guest. Because right now, it looks like the guest has a big head compared to Victor. Or they could just, you know, move back or something. Yeah. You play with it. So let's get rid of our guest. I'm gonna X him out, kicking him out. He could go. Turn off interview mode. And what's interesting, I was watching this on the screen from the. Here, let me show you now. That turned the camera off and everything. So this is the only thing I was. Oh my God, this baby is super hot. So you can see that ECAMM logo and stuff. So this is native with ECAMM. Just doing the interview mode. They're able to see the actual production and everything. I believe they could see comments. I don't think they could do anything with the comments, or I don't know if they could actually comment themselves. It's hard for me to test things on my own. Just saying. So, I am going to just go to something, if I still have it up here, super, super normal. Is it this one? Yeah. All right. So that's just more normal. I'm not gonna start closing stuff out over here. So that is. Oh, what did I do with Facebook? Because now I can't see anything. That is just playing around a little bit, and I kind of like that I was able to play around with this Mac a little. But I got to turn it back in. And again, the Mac, and that was my last video. Can you stream with it or something like that? I mean, it's a 2012 MacBook. It's not like a super low end one. It is a MacBook Pro. Only 8 gigs of RAM, but again, back in 2012, that was probably a lot. It's an i7, so it's not a low processor. But the Safari just wouldn't. It just had issues. It wouldn't recognize the camera or something. There was just issues with Safari. I had to use Chrome, so now you're messing with stuff. You have to add Chrome just to broadcast, and I kept getting these pop-ups warning about frame rate and all this other stuff. So like, but does it mean you can't use it at all? No, I used it as a interviewer. So if, for example, you have a computer that really doesn't have a lot to it. I mean, I could have did it with my phone, just to let you know. With the iPhone, I did it with Safari. As long as you click on the link, agree to let the camera and audio go through, you could use a service. I'm pretty sure there's probably some out there if you don't want to, a friend or whatever. This is something that I'm going to try to provide as a service to our clients that we currently have, to for their live events, for their charity work, for their fundraisers or whatever they do. And all they have to do is provide a camera source and a mic source, and I would basically run the entire show in the background. So, would this MacBook still be usable? Yes. In a full blown situation? No. I mean, it was having a heart attack and I wasn't even running any software. No ECAMM, no nothing. It was just Chrome on Facebook with the built in camera microphone. And I looked at the video, the audio wasn't even synced with the video. I mean, it was taking a dump. I'm just saying. Uh, I don't know what else to say. It is so hard to convince people that, yes, the computer matters. Yes, your internet matters. Yes, your audio, your camera, your lighting. Everything matters to a degree. But as far as I am concerned, your internet is number one. If your internet is not up to snuff, if you're doing those speed tests and you can't even push 10 meg up and down, I don't know what to tell you. Because down, that's a small number. There's people that are doing hundreds, 100, 200, 300, 1,000 meg download. Upload is what you need for streaming, and if you're under 10, I'm just, I feel for you. You got 15 or 20 or 30, I'm jealous because I only have 10. So, all right, gonna let this one go. Again, either no one's commenting, or there's nothing, or Facebook is glitchy. So there's no questions for me to answer, no comments to reply to. Don't know anything off the top of my head else that I want to talk about other than it all depends on what you're doing. Your internet is weird, dude. A lot of people's internet is weird. It could be good today. It could be garbage tomorrow. Really? You had to refresh twice, man. And I mean, there are times, and this is something I probably should cover on my new channel. there are times where people focus so much on their computers. Not saying your situation, I don't know your situation, but they don't realize, for example, let's say there's a Comcast issue in the area and they fix the internet. There's a lot of times you have to literally reboot their modem for things to start working again. And just like you're saying now, there is a chance it has nothing to do with your internet, has nothing to do with your computer or anything. It's the website. Facebook, YouTube, whatever, they might have a little issue at the time. I run into so many different problems. And I think that's an interesting insight. Is that the right terminology? Being that I'm in IT, being that I deal with so many different people, and COVID bringing out cameras, microphones, and like more than 90% of people working remotely and having to deal with whether it's Zoom or Google Meets or anything, you're still on a camera, you're still dealing with the internet, you're still dealing with upload, you're still dealing with this, and this. I think that puts me in an interesting situation because I see so many different issues and different problems that start being more focused in dealing with cameras, dealing with audio. Now, obviously, no one in any of these meetings is trying to look professional. They're not really concerned with their audio unless it's feeding back. They're not worried about their cameras unless they're like complete garbage. They're not trying and look and sound professional. I don't know why they should. They're just trying not to look like crap. In which now I laugh every time I get into one of these team meetings because now people want to use those fake backgrounds and they look horrible. I'm sorry. Green screens, if you cannot pull them off, don't use them. They look so freaking cheesy. I saw a video once that had like 4 or 5 like college professors in information technology and all that stuff, and half of them were using these fake backgrounds that look horrible. I lose respect. I'm going to just say it. I lose respect when you promote yourself as some type of technology professional, even if you even try to claim to know anything about streaming and video recording and all this stuff, and you could sit there with a straight face and all this blurry crap is going on in your background. Hell no. That's just me. That's just me. So I have no idea what I'm gonna do with the rest of my day. There's so much stuff I could do that's not productive. I would prefer to do something productive that's not gonna be strenuous. I don't know. Last time I was bored, I made a video and I just posted it. Oh, that's another thing. I was gonna do this Mac test on my new channel, and it was strange. I've never seen this before. I guess because I don't know. I don't think the channel's not that new. It's at least a month old or something, I guess. But it wouldn't let me live stream. I cannot live stream on my new YouTube channel. It says something about it'll be ready in 24 hours. So I don't know what the hell that is. I wasn't using ECAMM. I wasn't using anything. I just wanted to use the computer straight to YouTube and see what it would look like. But it actually said that I had to wait like 24 hours or something. I don't know. We'll see what happens later on. But I need to get this Mac cleaned up and signed out. I have to return it. It's not mine. It's the company's. Had to do a little research and fix some person stuff. It's funny when your company's 99% Windows and you got that one Mac user. Really? So it's not just how long you had the Facebook account. It's, I guess, once you try to go live, they have to approve you. I mean, that would make sense. But then again, will they even approve my channel to go live, considering how new it is? And I don't remember that with my other channels, but my other channels are so freaking old, it's not even funny. There's always one cool person in the group. Yeah, yeah. And she's like, okay, I don't know if I mentioned this already. I'm pretty sure I have. I keep saying it. I work in an IT department that supports nonprofit companies that deal with people with like disabilities and all that stuff. And she's the art therapist or something like that. So she does all the art stuff. So she's got a Mac, 2008. Yeah. This one, mine is a 2010. This one's a 2012. It wasn't that bad. Hey, what's going on? Let me look at the other side if I can see what it is. Hey, what's going on, Steve? So yeah, so I was just messing around, playing around, but it's interesting because she's one of the only people I think with a Mac. She's the art coordinator or whatever it is for that particular company. And as soon as I found out what the issue was, I had more respect for Mac. I like more. It was like interesting because dealing with IT, dealing with people needing to work remotely now, it's interesting because like if I set up a computer for you because we have to use Active Directory and all this other stuff, you have to be at a company office to log into the computer. Once you log into a Windows computer, it kind of saves like your information. So when you take it home, you can still log into the computer. Well, not Mac. Oh, you've been on YouTube since 2008, and they made you wait 24 hours when you try to go. Oh, okay, okay, got you. Yeah, because my YouTube channel goes to I think I first opened my YouTube channel, my original, the C. Sean Victor, 2006, but I don't remember ever going live, but I probably did and didn't realize it because I did a lot of stuff back 2009, 10, 11, 12. So who knows? But so she's had these problems for a long time because someone set up the Mac in order for network users. So when you're at the office connected to the office network, anyone that worked for the company could log into the computer. But as soon as you take the computer out of the office, only local accounts would work. It would not let you log in anymore. So her workaround was never to turn the computer off. Not realizing that once you leave the office, it's not authorized to use like that account at all. And it was just glitching it out like a motherfucker. So I did a little research today. I got my hands on the company Mac. I set it up on the domain. I started doing all this stuff, and hell, if it didn't do the same thing, as soon as I took it off the company network, my account like disappeared. It wouldn't even like show that I had anything on this computer. I couldn't log into it at all. And I finally figured out what the problem was. Mac has like a second step. You have to create a remote user, and then it takes your credentials and saves it on the local hard drive. So I did it on this Mac. It worked. I did it for her, and I told her to let me know. I don't know if it's going to work 100% because I don't know how that's going to work with her Final Cut Pro or whatever the software and all that stuff she uses. And the other thing is if she's saving all the documents on the network, she's not going to be able to access the documents if she's not on the network. It's a whole mess. I have no idea why they set up the computer in that way. It's a whole mess, and nobody knows Mac. So, again, Google is your friend. You don't know something, go to Google. Try to be careful who you reference. So, I mean, I trust Microsoft's website. I'll trust certain websites. I'll trust certain people online. But I went through probably 15 different threads and about 5 different articles before I even found out there's something called a remote user on Macs. It was a whole process, but hopefully that thing got solved. All right, so I did my playing around and get something to drink and probably watch Snake Eyes. I bought it. I didn't watch it. Ooh, and whatchamacallit? What's her name? Natasha. Damn it. What's her name? Black Widow. It's free now. No one has to pay for it. Well, you got to have Disney Plus, which I do. So, yeah, probably going to watch Black Widow and Snake Eyes and then go to sleep and cry tomorrow because I have to go back to work. So, take care, enjoy, and let's see what interesting thing I run across and decide to, let's just talk about it. Take care, everybody, and have yourself a good one.